All right, and 1, 2, 3, nerd talk. What's wrong, Justin?
Channing Tatum might play Gambit.
What?
Channing Tatum might play Gambit.
That could be the worst thing we've ever talked about on Nerd Talk.
Yeah. I don't like it.
I don't either. What? Wait, in his own movie?
Like in a Gambit solo movie, Channing Tatum might play Gambit.
Gambit doesn't need his own movie, for one.
Gambit does not need his own movie.
They could just, put him as, there in an X-Men movie.
Yeah, kind of like with Wolverine, except make more sense.
Yeah. I would be okay if Channing Tatum was Gambit, I suppose. As long as he, didn't have lines and, walked by.
Just like, oh, hey, Gambit. Sup?
Kind of like, Channing Tatum's role in Public Enemies.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that was my favorite of his roles.
If it was something like that without dying.
Without dying?
Yeah,
I like watching Channing Tatum die on screen.
I do too, but I don't want Gambit to die.
Fine. It would actually make sense to involve Gambit in the next one because if Wolverine, the whole timeline thing is confusing, but if X-Men Origins Wolverine took place in the 80s or something, then I guess in X-Men Apocalypse, it could be possible that they could use, because X-Men...
Well, is X-Men Apocalypse taking place just in the Age of Apocalypse, time, universe, or is it actually taking place in our universe?
It's taking place in the prequel universe, X-Men First Class.
Okay.
It's going to follow them. The present day X-Men from X-Men.
They're not going to be in it.
They're not going to be in it. Or at least the actors, I guess. I guess it's possible that some of the characters could pop up.
Because I know, going by Age of Apocalypse, which is, one of my favorite X-Men story arcs, you have the original X-Men, they're just from the Apocalypse universe where Apocalypse rules. Cyclops has long hair that's, over his eye and has, one eye that shoots his laser and he works for Apocalypse. Wolverine's, missing a hand and he works with Apocalypse.
Right.
Sabretooth is the Wolverine of that universe and he's super cool.
Uh-huh.
But...
Oh.
But,
that would be
so it'd be cool to have, James Morrison as that Cyclops.
That's true. They could totally do that. I'm sure they could figure that out.
Halle Berry with the mohawk.
If it keeps taking place before X-Men 3 fuck things up, then theoretically they could bring back anybody and just, it could happen. But I'd be fine with Gambit popping up in there.
Yeah.
But he doesn't need his own solo. Well, who would his villain be?
Mr. Sinister.
Mr. Sinister. That's what I thought, but
that's the only one that would make sense, but he's a complete X-Men villain too.
Yeah.
And he's more of a Cyclops villain than anything.
A year or two ago, I think on a scale of 1 to 10, I hated Channing Tatum at a 12.
Yeah.
But I think I've gone down to an actual 10 now. Because he's gotten better. And he seems like such a nice guy outside of movies that it's hard to hate him.
Yeah.
It's just one of those people that it's hard to hate you because you're so fucking nice.
But you want to? Because he's Channing Tatum?
Because he's Channing Tatum and he's not very good and he's so famous and doesn't deserve to be. And
he looks like a potato?
He looks like a potato. And there's a lot of better actors out there, like Ben Foster, who are not that famous and should be.
Right.
Or even Emil Hirsch, people like that.
But Channing Tatum gets it.
It might not happen. Apparently, he's just been in talks with Lauren Schuler Donner or whatever, who produces all the X-Men movies.
I was just thinking, man, Ben Foster would have been a lot better in 21 Jump Street than Channing Tatum.
Ben Foster would be better at anything than Channing Tatum. But it's, X-Men, speaking of X-Men, they released what the Sentinels are going to look like, which we had seen what the one Sentinel looked like, but apparently there's a different one
there's the future Sentinels.
Which they look pretty
They kind of look like stealth Sentinels.
Like stealth. They actually remind me of I don't remember what it's called, but it's in Thor, the Destroyer guy. That's what it kind of reminds me of, but I guess that they have these metal plates that can make they can make the Sentinels expand or contract or whatever, so they can fit into small spaces. They look pretty sweet.
They're pretty dangerous looking.
Yeah. It makes sense. And also, supposedly, the rumor is that they were experimenting on whoever, people who created Revolver Trask or whatever, kidnapped Rogue and used her abilities to add into the Sentinels.
So does that mean the Sentinels can adapt to what powers are thrown at them?
I think, that's what I'm thinking. They can absorb powers, so
oh shit!
It makes them that much more deadly. It would explain why things are so fucking bad in the future.
Yeah.
Because the mutants just can't stop them.
So Rogue's gonna be back in it apparently.
That's what
Singer was saying.
Yeah, like they put her on the cover of Vampire Magazine and all those other covers, and yeah, if she's got that kind of importance to the Sentinels, then surely she'll be in the movie. There's got to be like, I would hate for them to
just use it in dialogue.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, when they had Rogue capture and blah blah blah, like.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, but then and also supposedly whenever they go and rescue Rogue, because of the experiments or whatever, it's how she gets her strength in flight.
Okay.
Either it's temporary or it's permanent. I don't really know.
That's cool.
But still, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I guess they're not technically allowed to use Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Figure Marvel might have the rest of that.
That's true. Her name has Marvel in it.
Exactly.
They're apparently involving William Stryker, which I had read that they casted a young Stryker, but I didn't know. Apparently, I mean, he's apparently got some sort of subplot. Like, he's got his own little group of mutants.
He's been like the villain in every X-Men movie.
I know. I'm just kidding. I like Stryker. I like the character, but he's been in every fucking movie, and I'm just tired of him. Because he was even in First Class, like briefly.
Yeah, for a little bit.
You don't really know it's him, but they say, well, Stryker or Colonel Stryker or General, whatever.
Yeah, he's been in all of them.
Yeah, and he was awesome in X-Men 3. He made perfect sense to be the villain in X-Men Origins Wolverine, of course.
Yeah.
It was necessary, and Danny Huston did
awesome.
Did really good, but I don't want to see it. I understand that I guess they wanted to have the army and have his own little group, because I guess Toad's going to be in that, and Havoc is going to be in Stryker's little group of mutants. And,
okay.
Which Toad looks kind of cool. He looks more Toad like from the comics as opposed to what Ray Parks did. But I just don't want. I mean, just too much William Stryker. And what the fuck's up with Quicksilver?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. Quicksilver looks so dumb.
He looks like
he walked out of in like 80s gay disco.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, and on Quaaludes or something. Like, he looks just like he just got done blowing somebody in every fucking photo we see. And I like Quicksilver, and I love Evan Peters, who plays Quicksilver, but I just don't understand the look. I know it's the 70s, but like...
It's bad.
It's just why they could have done... Give him... I don't know. I can't wait to see. I feel like it's going to be easy for the Avengers to one-up this Quicksilver.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Johnson has a low bar to beat, so we'll see. A sad news in movies, changing the subject into something sad, is Philip Seymour Hoffman died.
Heroin.
Fucking heroin. Heroin's a killer, kids. Don't do heroin.
Drugs.
Or drugs at all. Yeah, we shouldn't be laughing, but very sad. He's such an amazing actor.
Did you watch any of his movies to
I did.
him?
I realized that I had more than I thought I did. Like, I had Patch Adams, and I have The Ides of March, which he's great in, and there's a more recent one. But I ended up watching Almost Famous and Big Lebowski, which he has really small parts in, but he's great in both. And Almost Famous especially. He's got this one scene in particular where he's on the phone, and he's, of course I'm home, I'm uncool. Like, he's just so fucking good in that movie, and it's an early role. And
yeah, I watched Groundhog Day. But she's not in.
He's not in that.
No, but that's what I watched, because it was Groundhog Day.
That makes sense. I should have watched. I wanted to watch Groundhog Day, but I don't have it. It used to be on Netflix, and it's not anymore. But yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, really, really tragic.
He had a lot of stuff still in the pipeline.
He was so good.
So good. He was going to direct another movie. I just read like 2 days before he died that Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal had signed on to be in a movie he was directing. And
I actually have 2 of his movies in my collection that I haven't even watched yet.
Which ones?
Charlie Wilson's War and Sandoche, New York.
Oh, nice. I haven't seen either of those, but I want to. Sad. So,
Rest in peace, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Exactly. But back to lighter news. Dinobots.
Whoa!
Dinobots are in Transformers 4.
Starring Mark Wahlberg.
And we saw so in the Super Bowl spot, which was actually pretty cool. It really doesn't I kind of got the same feeling as I got from every other trailer of all the other Transformers movies, which was, hey, this could be good, but then they don't end up being very good. As much as I do actually like the first one a lot.
Yeah, the first one's cool, but I've only seen the first 2. I gave up after that.
Yeah, I watched the third one because it was on Netflix, and it's not very good. There's moments there's really cool skyline shots of destruction and shit, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it's just not that good. They should have stopped, or I don't know.
You just get tired of Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, and I used to like Shia LaBeouf, but he's just kind of a douchebag.
He's turned into a douche. Stealing that dude's comic.
He stole that dude's comic
and then plagiarized the apology.
Yeah, and He's just, and I feel like he's a good actor. He's got potential. He was good at Lawless.
Yeah, he was good at Even Stevens.
Yeah, maybe that Nymphomaniac movie will just turn everything around.
Messes everything up.
Yeah. But yeah, Dinobots. They look pretty cool. They look like like you know, you've seen Transformers and how the Transformers look?
Yeah.
But like dinosaurs?
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Like in the cartoons?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I have some pretty cool news.
Okay.
Michael Cera is going to be playing Jimmy Olsen.
I don't think that's true. However, seeing as how they've casted Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, they need someone like Michael Cera to play Jimmy Olsen so he can out-awkward Jesse Eisenberg.
Or someone just completely off the rails. You know, what if they got, I don't know, like Vin Diesel to play Jimmy Olsen? You know, since they got this scrawny ass,
yeah,
curly-headed fuck to play Lex Luthor.
That's true. That's a damn good idea, Derrick.
And they could get Michael Cera to play the Joker.
He'd be a good Joker.
Then we could have a Lex Luthor Joker team up to counteract the Batman Superman team up.
Oh, the awkwardness. This is such a good
idea.
idea.
People would forget who's who. Like, oh, is it like they'd see the Joker and they're like, wait, isn't he Lex Luthor?
Yeah, no, it's such a good idea. That's genius. I'm playing the part of the WB executive. Genius idea. I wouldn't mind seeing Michael Cera as Jimmy Olsen, to be honest. Just because,
I wouldn't either.
Just because, first of all, of course, he would have to be extra awkward because Jesse Eisenberg, who is like one of the kings of awkward, is playing Lex Luthor. But you know, they would need somebody extra awkward to.
I wonder if Eisenberg's actually going to like shave his head down and
I don't know.
Beef up.
It depends. Maybe in the original Superman, Gene Hackman had hair, but of course it ended up being a wig, and he took it off, and it was a big reveal. So maybe they'll do something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Or I don't know. Like when I picture one of my favorite Lex Luthors is the black guy from the old cartoons.
Yeah.
He was a good Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And that'd be so cool if that's the one that they went with instead of Jesse Eisenberg.
A black guy?
Yeah.
Denzel Washington?
Exactly.
Yeah, he would have been a good Lex Luthor.
And Bryan Cranston would have been amazing.
Yeah. Apparently they had lots of people rumored, like apparently they offered it to Joaquin Phoenix and he turned it down. Tom Hanks was apparently like considered, I don't really know.
That would have been weird.
It would have been weird. I don't really know how far that went, and that may not even be true, but...
Yeah.
So it's interesting when they went with Jesse Eisenberg. I don't hate the idea. I know you hate the idea.
I do hate the idea.
I don't hate the idea. I feel like I thought he was, at first I was a little more hesitant because I thought he was like in his mid-20s, but he's actually like 30, 31 years old.
Really?
So by the time the movie comes out and he's probably going to be like 31, 32, so...
That's insane. And
he's actually the same age as Henry Cavill, who plays Superman.
Yeah. And
it kind of would make sense. He's this young guy who's in charge of this corporation. You know, he's gonna have a big head. He's gonna be, you know, maybe a little corrupt and stuff. And I like the idea of a scrawny Lex Luthor just because it's a better juxtaposition from Superman. You know, He's this weak-looking person, so that's gonna affect him.
But his genius is
his genius, and you know, maybe as a kid he was. I mean, you know, maybe he's like weird about his skinny. He's obviously not a very intimidating-looking person, and then here's Superman, who is awesome and huge and. Yeah. You know, it's a good juxtaposition and maybe makes more sense that this thin, scrawny guy is going to want power of some kind. And I mean, it could.
You just made me interested in it.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, he doesn't always play awkward. He always plays less fast talking, whatever. But like, and Now You See Me, which isn't a great movie, but he's more.
He's not awkward in that.
No, he's more of a confident showman. You know, and that kind of when I thought about that, I was like, well, maybe he can pull off Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure he's not going to Adventureland the Lex Luthor and be this awkward, you know, shy character. So.
They should throw Woody Harrelson in it.
He could have been a good Lex Luthor anyways.
Yeah.
And they could just make it a sequel to Zombieland. Or a prequel to Zombieland. I don't know.
Jeremy Irons is going to be the new Alfred.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool. I mean, I know we're all used to Michael Caine and we hate to see him not be Alfred.
Yeah.
Jeremy Irons will be good.
Jeremy Irons will be good. It'll be kind of different. I have a feeling it'll be like darker. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I imagine with Jeremy Irons. I mean, he's a diehard villain.
He is a diehard villain.
But it could be cool.
I wasn't really spooky guy.
Yeah, I wasn't really worried about Alfred. Like,
no.
I was curious who would play Alfred, but I wasn't concerned. Like, I was concerned with who'd play Lex Luthor and everybody else, and I don't know. We'll see.
It's going to be interesting, nonetheless.
It'll be interesting. Evangeline Lilly is going to be an Ant-Man.
Yeah, she's going to be Paul Rudd's love interest.
Yeah, but we don't really know if it's going to end up being Wasp or if it's Hank Pym's daughter. Because I read that somebody could be Hank Pym's daughter.
Yeah, I read it's going to be Hank Pym's daughter / Paul Rudd's girlfriend, love interest.
But would Wasp have been a Hank Pym love interest in the, or would she have been a Scott Lang?
She would have been a Hank Pym.
She would have been a Hank Pym, so that's intriguing on what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, because how it originally worked out is Scott Lang stole the Pym particles, or the Ant-Man suit,
right,
so he could save his daughter. Is how it originally went. But the way it seems is they're changing it to where he's going to steal the suit to save his girlfriend,
who is Hank Pym's daughter.
Who is Evangeline Lilly, Hank Pym's daughter.
That's cool. I like Evangeline Lilly now.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that of all the actors in Lost, Evangeline Lilly was the one to blow up and be in a fucking Hobbit movie and now in a Marvel movie?
Fuck Kate.
Fucking Kate. I hated her.
I hated her in Lost.
Evangeline Lilly is smoking hot, and she's not a bad actress, and she's got this build, she could be a good female actress.
She's a good, strong female role.
Yeah, but Kate fucked everything up in Lost.
She did. Evangeline Lilly did a good job fucking everything up.
Yeah.
You just hated her.
But she's hot. And she was pretty good in Hobbit,
Yeah. I haven't seen Real Steel, but...
I saw Real Steel. She's not... she's,
She's alright.
Kind of a basic, hey, you're a female in this generic role.
Yeah.
But she's hot. I can't complain.
Speaking of other comic book news, the voice of Jarvis, Paul Bettany, is going to be playing the Vision.
Yeah, which is a big deal. Vision's an android created by
Tony
Stark,
Hank Pym.
No, I thought Ultron was created by Hank Pym.
Yes.
Or is it both?
I believe it's both.
Oh, okay. Because I know that
they could easily change that to Tony Stark.
That's true. Well, I think that would make sense. I think there's two ways they could go with this.
And Vision has connection to Ultron anyways.
Yeah, I think that it could go two ways. Tony Stark could create Vision because it could have been Tony Stark creation, just an expansion of Jarvis that they end up using.
Yeah. Jarvis in an Iron Man suit.
Like Jarvis in an Iron Man suit, or which I'm sure is going to be what it is. But maybe Tony Stark builds them as just an expansion. Maybe they build him to help with Ultron, or maybe Ultron hacks Tony Stark's stuff and steals it and creates Vision as a for him
as a counter,
and it has the voice of Jarvis. But either way, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
I'm hoping that Vision eventually will become Ultron, some virus in him or something.
That could be pretty neat.
That'd be cool.
That'd be kind of a cool idea. I don't know. Avengers 2...
It's going to be really good.
Avengers 2 is building up this way. Just imagine how Avengers 3 is going to be. If they've introduced Doctor Strange, Avengers 3 will have Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy will be in Avengers 3.
I was going to say, Avengers 3 will probably have at least everyone from Guardians of the Galaxy showing up in it.
Oh yeah.
Definitely whatever character Chris Pratt's playing,
Star-Lord
will probably be in the Avengers, I would bet.
Oh, I'm sure, at least. I know that apparently they're not going to be in the Avengers 2 at all, which is strange. That's weird. It's strange to me because they're being introduced this year, but there's also already a lot of characters and they're introducing Quicksilver.
But they are doing Guardians of the Galaxy 2 for sure already.
Yeah, they've announced.
It hasn't even been released, and they're for sure doing a sequel.
Yeah, they've Marvel announced a bunch of release dates, but they were untitled, and one of them, the one that's actually gets Batman vs Superman, is in the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is smart that it's the sequel that's doing that, because if Guardians of the Galaxy ends up being as awesome as it probably will be,
it's already so hyped up.
Yeah,
they're having a Lego line, they're having the cartoon, they revamped the Guardians of the Galaxy comics.
Yeah, so
they're doing everything they can to get people interested.
Right,
in this.
so that means that the sequel could have a lot of anticipation, because if the first one's good, which means it could be a decent competition for Batman vs Superman. However, I still think it would be stupid to release both on the same day. It's probably the competitiveness in Marvel and DC. They're going to want to release them on the same day to see who ends up being better.
Yeah.
But Batman vs Superman is going to blow Guardians of the Galaxy away. I don't care how good Guardians of the Galaxy is. The anticipation for having Batman and Superman on screen together for the first time, and the hype that's already built up, and it's 2 years away.
Yeah.
There's no way that Guardians of the Galaxy would come out of that victorious. I feel like it'll hurt if they don't move the date. I agree. Yeah. Batman vs Superman's, no matter how bad it's going to be, it's going to make amazing money. Oh yeah, at least on its opening, it's going to be a huge movie. And Marvel released those dates, and I wonder if they just secured release dates but didn't know yet what the movies would be and decided later. And now that Guardians of the Galaxy is getting as hyped, maybe they just wanted to. You know.
But out of the ones they're releasing, like they're going to have to do. Like Guardians of the Galaxy is probably going to be the only one that'll even be able to stand like anywhere near Batman Superman.
Oh yeah.
Out of the ones that they've.
Oh, definitely.
That they plan on releasing.
Especially because it's a sequel, so it'll have hype because of the first one.
Yeah.
So I agree, because like if they had, because I would love for a Black Panther movie or a Doctor Strange movie.
But there's no way they could hold up against Batman Superman.
Yeah, especially for their first one. Which I don't know. Did we mention last time that Johnny Depp might be Doctor Strange? He was. Really,
we did.
I think we talked about it last time.
We did talk about that.
That would help a Doctor Strange movie, having somebody like Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that'll be all what it'll depend on. But we'll see. It's gonna be it's an insane time for superhero movies.
It is.
You know, I feel like I say that a lot, or I think that a lot, and then things keep happening, and things keep getting cooler, and fucking Batman and Superman are gonna be on screen together, and we're gonna have a screen Lex Luther, and you know.
A lot's happening in the superhero world.
A lot is happening in the superhero world, the comic book world.
Just to throw it out there, know what superhero I want to see get a new movie?
What's that?
Hellboy.
Just like a sequel?
I want another Hellboy.
I do too. Ron Perlman, I think they've talked about it. Like I'm sure it's in their heads. But Guillermo del Toro has so much going on.
He does. Pacific Rim 2.
Pacific Rim 2 and other stuff.
I would really like to see another Hellboy.
I would too. I love the Hellboys.
Or a revamp of Blade.
I don't really think we need a revamp of Blade.
But they can't just make a fourth one.
Yeah, I want to see a good, like a really good, and I like the Thomas Jane Punisher movie, but I would like to see a good Punisher movie.
I would like to see a Punisher Spider-Man team up.
Yeah, it won't happen, but it'd be cool.
But if they made the Punisher one of the, like an HBO show.
See, that would be good. I would love that. Because we don't need.
And if it was under the rights of Marvel, they could have like so many crossovers.
Yeah.
Because the Punisher's all about crossovers a lot of times.
Oh yeah, him and Daredevil together would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
They could do a Netflix series.
It's always him, Daredevil, or him and Spider-Man. Yeah.
You know what else has a lot going on in the world? Is Piper Plows.
Yeah, we do.
JP's Do the White Boy, go watch it. We finally have it up. We're not just teasing it now. We're actually being like, hey, go watch it.
It's really good.
And it's really good. It's been our most successful video to date.
It has.
Not on our channel, but
on JP's channel.
On JP's channel, and we have our two Stone Guy series in that will be released.
It's nearly done edited.
Yep, it'll be released.
New scripts done.
Got some new scripts done. A lot of short films. If you want to act for us, just be like, hey, I want to be in things, because we like having friends and actors.
Exactly.
But
thanks for watching.
Until next time.
This has been Nerd Talk.